Hi guys, so just a few little things first. I got a lot of new pictures. Actually, okay. Let me turn it on so most of the time you won't even see them today because I changed the camera a little bit because I have to say a few things before I will be a little bit distracted because I have to do some final testing on the Inspiron I'm going to review. And that's why I still have to talk about, but I decided to do it this way because I will have to wait for quite a while now anyways. And I think since I have to wait, why not just do the rambling? Because that is a good use of time. Because maybe you know it, maybe you've seen it on Google Plus or on YouTube, or no, on YouTube, not on Twitter. And actually, if you want to follow me on Google Plus, you know how to find me, and if it's on Twitter, because I post a lot of smaller stuff usually these days on Twitter. The handle is Nimbak. And one more thing, I know a lot of you actually watch these or listen to these ramblings in the background. So therefore it's not even that important that I'm maybe not always right now taking a look at the camera itself. Because yes, you are listening to it anyways. And I see this like kind of a casual blog anyways. So things are fine. I definitely have a lot of topics. So I think for this format, if you actually listen to it and not watch it, I think it doesn't really matter so much about some of the things that I will be talking about because it's, does it matter? No. And that's why I can make it a little bit longer than usually. And since I can upload them faster now, I will just do that. I will be distraction free in a second. Just give me a little bit more. So, maybe you will hear the fans, but it's okay. So, what are the topics? Let me check them quick. Because I have a few. Okay, let's the first thing out of the way because that made my day yesterday, but not in a positive way. I hope you won't hear the fan too loud. Bad luck and G4 review. The thing was that yesterday. No, I don't think that's actually possible. Sorry, no. I'm not gonna do this stress test then because it's too loud. Yesterday, overnight, sometime, my heating broke. So it was cold. I called the serviceman. He came, repaired it. It worked. But he said he had to come for a bigger inspection on Monday or Tuesday. Okay. But about 1 hour after he left, what happened? The heating was down again because it said it's just a temporary fix. But 1 hour is not really temporary. And it's really cold here. And I gotta say, I noticed that like 5 or 10 years ago, I was used to cold a lot better. Now I can't get along with it anymore. I'm like a pussy these days. Back then it was cold. Yeah, great, give me cold. I preferred a cold weather over a warm weather. These days, if it's cold, I don't want to do anything because the heating doesn't work here for a day. It's quite cold here, but not super cold. And I didn't want to do anything, but I decided to do it anyways. So then the second thing that made my day was the G4 review. I made my takes. Everything was going on great. I put all the files in the folder ready to edit. And I had, since I'm editing still on my MacBook, where I have a limited partition, I wanted to make the space and delete the files I don't need anymore. And I had 2 folders. One for the G4 review and one of my monitor review that I finished. I thought, let's delete that. And I don't know what I did, but I selected the wrong folder, deleted, got into Adobe Premiere, wanted to import my files just to notice that, wait, why is the monitor review folder still there? Wait, where's the G4 review? Since this folder was way too big, it gets directly deleted. And I tried it recovering for like an hour with 5 or 6 different tools didn't work out at all. Pissed me off, yes, a lot. And wait, actually, if I'm going to make this rambling the normal style, then I can get into a more comfortable position anyways. So yes, and yeah, don't mind the mess. I will have to clean up eventually. Where was I? Deleted the files, couldn't back them up. Okay. After delete, I said, okay, I'm gonna have to redo it, even though I was really happy with the first outcome. Did it again. The first 2 parts are fine. I got the intro, which is like 20 seconds anyways, and I did the detailed part. On this video though, the end part, the conclusion, was pretty much as long as the detailed part itself. And I was going through it, I was just editing it, and I noticed there was an odd behavior in the wavelines after half of the video. And what I noticed was that for some reason, something that never happened before, this waveline went to half of it and slowed down. And I was talking like I was drunk or something like that, and I didn't want to say anything else, not to offend anyone. And so that footage was wrecked again, and I thought about maybe I should just use the original audio from the camera, but no, that one was horrible and was distorting all the way because it's set up to a volume way too high. So scratch that. Next take, did it once again, was happy with it once again, just to notice that this microphone was like 3 feet off with the boom arm. So audio was screwed again, and a few takes later, I did get it done. And yeah, then the upload was a little bit flaky, but okay, I got that. The next topic, Jaybird X, the Linus review. That's the reason this guy is so successful. Because if you watched his review, or if you didn't, go watch it. Because what I appreciate about his review, because he's the first one that I've seen doing this. What he did is, he said, I was already happy with, he actually started something like, you shouldn't really get them, there's no need to get the Jaybird X. And then he reviewed them and everything, and he said, there's not a whole lot of difference before. The older ones, they sound pretty much the same, they look pretty much the same, they do a few minor tweaks and all that. And at the end, he said something like, if they would have just said it's an updated version with a few little tweaks, no one or everyone would have just said, no, keep them, we don't review that because it's the same thing anyways. But no, what they did is, and that's what I think is a little bit silly, they did give it a second name and they made it look like it's something different. All fine. But what did all the reviewers, the rest of the reviewers do? They said, bah, it feels so much more comfortable in the ear, even though it's the same. Now you have these Comply foam tips in that should be more comfortable, but you could do these on the old ones already. So, why is this? Oh no. And you could do this already. So, where's the big difference? No, it's not there. They sound so much better than the old ones. They sound the same. And pretty much everyone did a whole new review of these, hyping them even more, even though it's pretty much the same product. And he's the only one that I saw admitting that they are pretty much the same, just tweaked a little bit. And you should actually get the older ones because the older ones are much more affordable now. Okay, I saw one review where someone said, I didn't try the old ones, I just know these ones and they are great and all that. That is fine, but don't review them. If you reviewed the first one and tell me they are so much better than everything else and it's a legit second thing, if even the company somehow admits it's not. So kudos to Linus for that, and unkudos to everyone who did what I said. Let's check that off. Pixel C planned to be on Chrome OS. I think you pretty much saw that on any news site by these days, that Ron Amadeo from Ars Technica, I think it was, did some further digging and he noticed that the Chrome or the Pixel C was initially planned to be a Chrome OS device with touch and all that, but after a while it turned out that this won't happen because the touch Chrome OS was kind of ditched. Then they planned like a dual boot with Android and Chrome OS. Noticed, no, on a mainstream device, dual boot just never works out. Let's ditch that. But wait, we can't use Chrome OS, so we have to make it Android. They made on short notice, like 1 month earlier, the decision to go for Android. And what is one thing now that I think is a little bit odd? Okay, yes, maybe they should have just called it the Nexus 10 or something like that, and not the Pixel C, because what everyone is trying to do now is, since it has the keyboard, which is supposed to make it a lot more productive, everyone says, yeah, it's Android, it's not productive, and it's a Pixel, why it's not a Nexus, blah blah blah. But how about just see it as it is? It is an Android tablet. You can do all you can do with an Android tablet, which is way better. Because, for example, Jaime Rivera on Pocket Now, he always says, and no, we still can't recommend an Android tablet. And I would say, fuck you, because why not? The iPad isn't that much superior just for productivity anymore. Of course, yes, a little bit, and I agree with it in some certain degree. Yeah, that doesn't work out. I'm not a fan if I have so much space above on the cam. And he said we still can't recommend them, but that's not true, because I've just recently reviewed the Tab S2 from Samsung, and I would legitimately replace my iPad for everything on it. So that's not okay anymore. And the Pixel C, it has a keyboard. If you use that on Android, it's fine, and I think it's a nice addition. But just try not to see it or not to review it as a Chromebook or a Pixel or a Chrome productivity device. It is just, okay, a little bit overpriced of a premium Android tablet, but that is fine. It didn't work out with Chrome OS and they named it wrong. But you shouldn't give it bad remarks just for that. One little thing, there won't be any Android Wear reviews from me anymore, because I've had this thing for 2 weeks. I'm actually a little bit overdue to giving it back. I should do it at least today, not to get any problems with Huawei. But I'm not gonna review it. I pretty much didn't use it at all. Long story short, it feels good in the hand. I mean, on the arm or on the hand. Battery life was totally fine for 2 days for me, but with extremely light use. I still don't get the point for me. I just don't have a place yet for Android Wear in my life. Other than that, it looks premium, it feels premium, the display is nice. So no Android Wear reviews for me. The next thing, Google Plus is getting childish, full of porn and kids, and of course, it always depends a lot on what you do or who you circle, who you follow, on which communities you are on Google+. But like half a year ago, it wasn't that bad. But I noticed over the time, over the last few months, that Google+ has become a playground for trash, for porn, and for children. Because I follow a lot of Android circles, and in these there are always a few people these days that have to post porn all the time. But it's like this spam porn that they just wanna send you off to do whatever you want, but it's just fake and it's just spam. And then I noticed a lot of stupid people there that have nothing better to do, and it's always pretty much the same people. I notice this over time, and people complain about these people. They're asking stupid questions, they are making stupid polls, they are just trashing. And man, it's supposed to be legitimately a proper Android community to talk about, discuss Android devices and all that, but there is so much spam going on, and it's not like you have a spam filter on Google Plus not to see those posts, and it's getting annoying, and that's why I use it a lot less. I used pretty much mostly Twitter, do my RSS feeds to get my news, and Google Plus I watch a few times through the day to watch out if I see something, but there's so much shit going on. The people I follow are still totally fine, and I have still good discussions with them, but it's just getting less because I am just tired of seeing the other stuff there. Okay. Lazy viewers, it's in the video. And this is not focused or pointed towards the viewers right now, because I know you are not the ones that piss me off, but man, recently, and I'm someone who wants to always reply on all the comments, but if I get so much bullshit lately that I don't get why I should answer them, because people are so lazy. I wouldn't say they are stupid, because it has to be laziness. Because yesterday, I think, or today, it was a comment, or a comment, and he asked, does this and this device have a front-facing camera? Now, I'm pretty sure at some point every one of you has seen at least one review from me, and what happens every time after I name the device. Because every review starts, hi guys, and welcome to my review of the blah 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 blah. And at the point I finish saying what the device is called, I list all the important specs on the site. So this person wants to know if there's a front-facing camera, and I thought, wait, no, I couldn't miss that. Check the video. It took 5 seconds until the specs appeared. Then he would have seen that it has a 0.3 megapixel camera. Now, lazy because of two things. He didn't even bother to watch 5 seconds of the video to check the specs, and it's impossible to miss them because they are like a third of the screen besides me. You can't miss that. And you can always get back. It's on every video I do, on pretty much every review of a device. The second thing, why not just use Google? Type in the device, type in specs, and then GSM Arena will pop up, you will see it. Or you go to any, because what I do is I go on a site where it always lists the cheapest prices here in Germany, because that one tends to really nicely list all the specs. So, tired of that. The next thing is, I got a comment and someone said, yeah, I've bought this and this phone. Now I read, he bought it, and then he read, oh, it's supposed to be very laggy and the performance doesn't seem to be good. Is that true? And I think, wait, I reviewed it. And I make the extra effort of putting a time code in every video for every section. It's always the same: design, display, sound, performance. So just check the description and you will see performance. Watch that part. It's usually on a performance part about 1 to 3 minutes long, and it answers pretty much everything you should know. At least it says everything that I had to say about this device, and my opinion won't change after a few months. So if you wouldn't had wanted to know, I know this was completely wrong grammar, but if you would have if you wanted to know, oh man, I can't get it right. If you would have wanted to know, don't get it, if the performance is laggy or not, go watch this 3-minute part, because he would have saved a lot of time. Because if he comments to me and he's now waiting for an answer, he loses a lot of time where he could actually know already what he wanted to know. But no, he's rather waiting instead of just maybe wasting 1 to 3 minutes of his time to get his answer. And that's the case for a lot of those lazy comments when people ask, has it this, does it has this, does it have NEC on all the... Man, check the specs, save yourself the time, because I won't reply on these comments anymore, because I really like to, and if it's a legit question, if you want to know something that I haven't answered, or if you can't decide between something, I'm always happy, always pleased to answer, and I always do. But on these comments, I won't answer anymore. Last point would be, I need a huge mousepad, because I only have this small one here and I usually have it on the left. But if I do use a review device or do the ramblings, I need something on the right side, because, for example, this mouse that is a really nice Bluetooth, no, it's not a Bluetooth mouse because it has a dongle, but it doesn't work on this white table at all, so I need a mousepad. And what I want is one of these huge pads and I would maybe need some recommendation because I haven't looked into all of these. So if you can recommend me a really one of those XXL, XL mats, that is good. I want something that is a little bit of a rougher texture because I don't like those super fines. I need something more rough. I like something like this that I have. Maybe you can see that just to get a small glimpse of what I actually want. Yeah, that's the rough side because here's also a fine side here. But that's way too fine for me. I need something more like this. So if you can help me out, that would be nice. Otherwise, scheiß. Yeah. And that gets me actually back to the German word of the day. Scheiß means shit. Yeah, actually this video isn't even that long as I thought because I checked off the topics real first, even though there was a lot of trash and spam from my side at the beginning. And now, while I will actually do the rendering, then I can do my testing, which I should have made in the first place because it would have been smarter. I could have, in the time I have to do the fan test and the performance test, I could have just used the Alienware to render and then upload, and that would have been already enough time, and I wouldn't have had to waste yours. Yeah, but that's how it is. That's how it is because it's always unplanned. Oh no, that wasn't meant offensive. I sometimes just do that. So I will render this, I will upload this, and I hope you will still enjoy it. And if you don't, then it's your fault. It's never mine. Yes, that's actually one thing I wanted to say. I don't like to be corrected. I just posted this yesterday. Yesterday on Twitter. Because I got a comment and someone said on the LG G4, and no offense to you, I don't take it seriously. That's just one example. And he said, when I said in the review there is the IR blaster and a microphone, he said the RR blaster and NFCs on top. And I thought, what? Can't be true. Checked NFC, yes, it's on the back. And I wrote, no, it's on the back, as it is on any other device. He apologized and everything, and I said it's okay because it is. But every time someone says, no, that's not right, it is like this and this, my first reaction is, what? No. It's your fault. I am right. I'm always right. I always want to be right, especially if I put it on video, because it always pisses me off if I put something officially on video, it's on YouTube, and then it's wrong, because I can't take it off anymore, it's wrong. And if I do a quotation or something like that, annotation, no one will see this because most of the people watch them on their phones, and that always pisses me off. And that's why my first reaction is always, no, I am right, you are wrong. And in this case I was. But I can't stand to be corrected, because especially, okay, if I am turning out to be wrong, which is never the case, it never was, okay, maybe like a lot of times, then I apologize and say thanks for making this note, because just once, it was also, on the G4, I wrote it's a quantum dot display. Someone said, nope, it's I don't think quantum dot is right. And I thought, ooh, it is a quantum dot, I've checked that. And then I thought, yes, it's quantum IPS, because I mixed it up. Quantum dot is from LG's TVs, and quantum IPS is what they use on the G4. So I made that mistake, and I think I apologized. And I said thanks, because that's what I usually do. If I am wrong, then at least I'm man enough to admit it. Good thing that never happens. Now it's time to end this video and say once again, send me a few more pics. I got a lot of news, more man. I got a lot more new ones. I'm not quite sure about the count, but I always want news. You know where to do, unless I just use the description, it will be there. It's uncensoredtech@gmail.com, and I will have to finish this now. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's your fault if you don't. Bye. Sorry, man. Sorry. Bye.